Hello everybody, my name is Sayyid Mohammed Imran Ali and I'm here to give you a brief description about Togaf Adm. Just before we begin, let me tell you a brief about myself. My name is Imran. I have done bachelor's in electronic engineering, master's in computer engineering with various IT certifications from CCNA MCSE to ITR V3 Foundation, TOGAF 9.1 CISSP. I have approximately 16 years of experience in the IT industry with oil and gas sector, government, educational, financial, banks, airlines, etc. Sectors in the IT field. The objective of this presentation is to give you a brief description about TOGAF's ADM, ADM's relationship with other parts of TOGAF, and the phases of ADM. Basically, TOGAF's main purpose is about developing, implementing, and sustaining the architecture. Architecture development model is often abbreviated as the ADM. Is a detailed step-by-step process for developing or changing the enterprise architecture. The ADM forms the core of TOGAF. It integrates all the elements within the TOGAF, and it is at the heart of the TOGAF, which means that it is referred in all the TOGAF documentation. The phases of ADM are basically 10, and each phase is described in terms of its objective, its approach, its input, the steps required for the execution of each phase, and the output of each phase. The cross-phase summaries are covered in the requirement management phase. These 10 phases are described in the architectural development life cycle. The first is the preliminary phase. The phase A is the architecture vision. Phase B is the business architecture. Phase C is the information system architecture. Phase D is the technology architecture. Phase E is the opportunities and solution architecture. Phase E is the opportunities and solution architecture. Phase F is the migration planning. Phase G is the implementation and governance. Phase H is the architectural change management, and lastly the requirement management, which is connected with all other phases from A to H. The diagram of the ADM is often called as the crop circle because of its phase. As you can see in this diagram, the requirement management is at the center of the phases, and all the phases are directly connected with the with all other phases, which reflects the changes. Any changes will be reflected directly in the any changes in a single phase is directly reflected in the requirement management phase. The preliminary phase makes sure that there is a well-defined request for the architectural work, and the organization and the EA team has everything in place to fulfill that request before initiation of the request. The requirement management is at the center of the of the phases, because it is a continuing and ongoing process between the short changes. The requirements are well governed between all other phases, and the changes in the requirement, as I said earlier, is directly reflected in all other phases. The ADM sets out a recommended sequence for various phases and steps involved in development of the architecture. Even when the team is not following a different methodology, it is likely to follow the similar process as outlined in the ADM. Therefore, as with all the TOGAF documentation, you should always adopt the ADM to meet your needs. Thank you very much everybody for your time. I hope this has been an informative presentation, and